Well. There is a possibility of Ornn first pick. Nope.
Elise.
Elise. Picked up here.
Elise.
I'm glad we didn't get Aurelia, like you like to call it.
Don't even make me try to go into this with Aphelios. I'll do it. One of these days.
No, Aphelios he's just normal.
Okay.
You know, he's got a straight up name. It's kind of cool. Is that like, I wonder where they got the inspiration for that name.
Aphelios?
Yeah.
Let me look. I'm gonna look up what that means right now, really quick, Valdez. I'm gonna.
Kind of sounds like a Greek.
It does sound
god
like that,
or something. You know.
Let me see. The aphelion is the point in the orbit of an object where it is furthest from the sun. So it derives from a Greek word. So I assume
when something is farthest away from the sun in orbit.
Yes.
Okay.
And
cool.
So so I guess the metaphor or something that was talked about on Reddit is that this champion is far away from everything else. I don't know. That's what I just read in a Reddit thread. Please stop. All right.
It's far away from everything.
Lee Sin actually going to be picked up by Pioshik. And he's known as a mechanical jungler.
Yes.
Remember. And with MF and Leona, and you see CB Max and Quad are actually talking right now. Watch them be saying, just give me Cassiopeia.
One time.
Let me...
Oh! Called it.
just let me...
Just get on Twitter real quick and make a post. By the way, guys, just want to let you know I called this Cassiopeia pick for the Cassiopeia one trick.
All right. So let's see what Quad can do. It's not very often anymore that truly glorified one tricks. Now, again, there's a difference between being a really good at a champion, like Pioshik at Kindred. I don't think I would compare that to the same thing as Quad's Cassiopeia. I think that Quad's Cassiopeia is a different kind of tier in solo queue, where it was really all that he played, mid-top AD role for
jungle.
Not jungle and support. He can't go there. Okay, snakes don't belong there. So
I think snakes belong in the jungle.
Stop it, Valdez. All right.
I'm just saying. I mean, definitely some snakes over there.
So let's see what he can do. This is going to be really exciting, especially because she is a really strong champion in the meta right now as well. This isn't like this is a one trick for a player, and the champion isn't that good. That's obviously not as exciting, but Alistar is going to be picked up here on R4. B4 is having a Nautilus hover, and maybe Kuro doesn't want to try to fight the Syndra straight up. Well, actually, going over to Zoe.
Yeah, I saw him practicing the Zoe, actually, before the game started. I was wondering if he was going to pick it up, and here we do have him hopping onto that.
And what is going to be the final pick? I really hope that... Okay, well, it's going to be the Renekton Elise. Now remember, Renekton is very nerfed coming into Season 10. Not directly, but due to the removal of Spear of Sojin. Was obviously a very big hit for him, and it gives DragonX counterpick potential. And this is going to be scary, because this is Chovy up there in top lane, who's getting access to a super hard counter.
Yeah.
And so, even though normally we talk about the Elite Three, which is Summit, Nuguri, and Keen.
Yeah.
If Chovy were an actual top laner, he'd be red. Okay? Like, it's just...
Above the Elite Four.
He's actually red. You get to him after you complete the end game.
Yeah. And, perhaps that's what's going on here. I mean, they pick up Quad, and the three of them, including Doran, are obviously all solo laners. So you've seen players try to, swap lanes in the past from time to time here on Korean teams in the last year or so. Hasn't worked out too well, but with Quad joining the team, maybe they just say, Chovy, you're a lot more skilled than Doran overall, so just hop up to the top lane. I wonder how permanent exactly this will be, and how long Chovy does stay in the top lane.
Yeah, and I mean, we're going to have to see what this team composition, which is full in Born and Sin, out of KT,
sounds fun,
is going to actually be able to do against the DragonX team comp. I think that DragonX's team composition here in game number 2 is a lot stronger than that of game number 1. And also, Quad now going to be on his patented Cassiopeia. Let's see what he can actually do with it. Chovy on the Quinn up in top lane. This is just a beautiful setup all across the board. Lee Sin to allow these laners to do whatever it is that they want to do. I'm really looking forward to it.
Should be a fun one here, guys, as we're going to hop into game number 2 right now. No wasting time, no fan chance, nothing like that. Call first for the Quinn. Chovy not messing around. Feeling the hype, playing the top lane and getting that counter. Double phase rush, Chovy and Quad. The Alistar, kind of an interesting one. We don't see a lot of Alistar nowadays, but has always been a good pick into Leona. As if you're, hooking onto an Alistar, you're not going to have a good time. And just in general, good at disengaging, as well as engaging if the Leona tries to get on top of the Aphelios.
And Corrupting Potion start for Quad. Call start, actually, for Chovy. And Gathering Storm, Absolute Focus, is going to be the runes on Quinn. Also has Bloodline, so not getting the attack speed.
Oh, that's good. That means that Zoe might pick up the Morelos because Bloodline is in the game.
And Scorch on Cassiopeia. That is very interesting. So Quad is probably going to be looking to be very aggressive. Normally not a very big fan of Scorch. We talked about that in the last series that we saw.
It's a big time. I want to try to win lane early. Kind of route. Chovy.
And so on. Yeah. Getting chunked quite a bit. But Chovy did take a lot of minion aggro. So, definitely a bit of damage also received. At least doing red to blue.
Oh, going in here. Tucson is level 1. Gonna get exhausted. Not sure about that one. It looks like there was a little bit of a disjointed kind of follow-up from Def, not right away on that one. And they were both level 1, so there wasn't too much they could do. And now with exhaust down and a ward in a pretty nice spot for spotting early Lee Sin ganks. Could spot this one immediately, though. The engage comes in from Keria, not wasting any time, but Tucson is out, and so is aiming. And all they had to use was one summoner heal.
That is just going to be a wave now, likely going to be crashed here by DragonX, and then probably a reset. But they're doing it a little too slow. And so now they're going to have to crash the 4th wave. So this is a very nice build-up, though. As Deft and Keria actually taking their time, and because of that, here comes Elise.
Yeah, summoners are down. Elise level 3, flash on in. They're gonna get the guy with cleanse, not ideal, but still enough damage to take out the cow. First blood comes in, nice flash there from aiming to get away. Spider here though in a little bit of trouble. Bono doesn't look like he's getting out alive. Yosik thinking about a follow-up, not gonna go for the Lee Syndrome play.
And Pioshik making sure to give the double buffs over to Deft, who's now going to be able to sustain in this lane even longer if he so chooses to. Gold score completely even right now. Meanwhile, top lane, Chovy not getting the largest of CS advantages, but
Head splash is going to find a Zoe here, but Bono in position. Exhaust comes out. It's a lot of damage. They're just going to turn onto the cow. He doesn't have any summoners. And now Keria is in a ton of trouble, easily going to go down. As even Tucson was able to get there towards the end of it. So nice response out of KT early on.
The really weird thing about this is even if Elise isn't there, I don't think that they can kill Zoe. Which just means that Alistar would spend some time. Now, obviously, you would force Kuro out of the lane, but he still had corrupting potions. So he'd probably just pop those and then wait for the wave to come in.
Yeah.
But maybe we can get a replay of it, because there's a chance, I think, that I could be wrong on that. Okay, first we're gonna get the replay of the bot lane. This is a byproduct of the speed at which Keria and Deft pushed that 3rd wave in, the cannon wave. They did it too slow, they didn't get the crash, and so they were stuck on the 4th wave. That allowed Elise to come down into bottom and be there, because it's such a damned if you do, damned if you don't. They can't just back off this wave. They give over a permanent freeze, they lose 100+ gold, they lose all the XP and stuff. And now, take a look right here. Even if you knock Zoe in, you can see she's still able to get away using her flash. So,
yeah,
she would be able to eventually come back into the lane, get back up by Tushin, who you know is on recall, and then also the Elise, wherever she may be.
They're trying to hunt down a blind man in the jungle. Doesn't end up working out. Speaking of which, Yosik was on the Lee Sin. He was backing in a war in the pixel brush down here on the bottom side. Knew that the gank was coming in. Still wanted to go for the back anyway to pick up his long swords. Didn't really care about helping out against the Zoe. If they had the Lee Sin, then you know, who knows how it could have gone 3-on-2 for about 10 seconds.
And the blue team has slain the dragon.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like in Korean.
Yes. So far, KT now, again, with slight advantages early on. And honestly, that Mountain Dragon this early on, it's not super terrible when you consider that there's lanes against bullies like the Quinn and the Cassio. And even if the resistances are pretty pitiful, and we've talked before about how all the dragons are kind of awful,
yeah,
it still does equal maybe, you know, I don't even know what I would guesstimate in
half
terms
the
of
cloth armor
HP that's going to be able to be saved. But Quinn with the Bilgewater Cutlass, Cull over halfway complete. But honestly, credit to Soan staying very close in CS after he gets these 4. He's only down 8.
Yeah, he's
against this Quinn, yeah.
Which is fine. Obviously, the Cull is going to poke Jovi a little bit ahead once he does complete that. But still, I mean, it's a lane where he's going to win anyway. So Soan holding on, doing quite well. We haven't seen any plays up towards the top side with Elise and Renekton.
Yeah, we
always been a duo that looks for ganks and dives.
We did not get... I feel like I'm losing my voice. I'm sorry. We did not get...
It's your third day in a row, you know. It's
It is, and we've actually had multiple 3-game series.
Yeah.
So...
First day was 6 games, right?
First day was 6 games. Yesterday was 5, right? 5, yeah. 5. What?
It was 5 or 4. I don't know. I'm not sure. I can check quickly.
Wait.
I don't have my paper.
Am I blanking?
I mean, it was either 5 or 4.
I
so
wish
it wasn't
that
6.
I wish that my abbreviations was LM right now for lost memory. Why am I blanking?
I don't know. It's been a lot of casting, right?
Oh, man.
Maybe that's why you're blanking. Either way, it's been a bunch of longer days. It's a good thing, I feel, because it shows that LCK is pretty competitive. I'm trying to remember the series yesterday. One of them was ABK, so that doesn't really count as much. That was 2 games. And then the second series was Afrika versus... Who was that other team?
Valdez.
You're sitting there like leaving me out to dry. I'm like,
I'm letting you go with what you're trying to talk about.
I can't find my sheet. It's very dark in the
Valdez,
studio.
do you always?
What can I do? It was Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Tarzan had the flash at Wraiths.
Yes.
You remember that one?
Yes, I remember.
And then me and Atlas talked about it.
Yes, I remember.
And Mystic had the insane Ashe performance.
Yes. I
the
said
Victor.
Afrika.
Fly.
True. Yes,
Okay.
Yes, I remember that.
And the Ornn was trying to do his best.
Ornn is always doing his best. He's just like a really wholesome champion. Always providing so much to his team. And just, trying to be the guy that goes in first, takes all the brunt of the damage, takes the hit. He's the tank.
That was actually, I think, the best highlight that I recall in recent memory was Mystic's Ashe.
Ooh. Look at that one.
Oh, man.
Keria is going to try to block here. Will be successful. Pioshik able to hop away. Spider is going to be able to go up in the sky, taking a lot of damage. So going way in is Pioshik. Picks up the kill. Now it's 3-on-2. Teleport comes in way too late. He's trying to get away from the Quinn, I suppose. And now he's going to go down 2. How about that? 3 for none.
And this is a super big turn of events for DragonX. They just get super fed in multiple areas. Also, the Quinn was able to sit up there in top lane, get all this solo XP, get all the CS. Gonna be able to also get a plate. Not sure how close Chovy is to completing that call, but probably pretty damn close. As let's take a look at how this all transpires. Kuro lands the sleepy bubble, but then Keria able to block it. Keria then goes in immediately, and Bono lands right onto
by the way.
the miasma. Ultimate comes out from Quad, Cleanse cast as a follow-up. Keria walking forward with that Alistar, and then the teleport is just so late and unnecessary, and there's just not much to do, and now Quad going to be really strong there on that Cassiopeia in mid lane. And if you're KT, you do not want to fall behind on this team composition. Obviously, the Elise will quickly become a non-factor. As now, DragonX, they're going to be able to pick up the Cloud Dragon.
Yeah. I was really impressed when the Sleepy Trouble Bubble hit, but Keria got there first. He was level 6. He took no damage. He blocked the panel star. He was able to get in there and engage on 3 different members. Alistair doing crazy amounts of work. Deucin was just running around. Ooh, nice follow-up there from Quad. Knew it was coming. They had the vision, but now it's a 3-on-2. But that Cocoon does go wide. Pioshik not quite able to land that one on Takuro. Quad now going to go home with his tail between his legs on the Snake Lady. But either way, nice little mechanical show there from the side of Quad.
Yeah.
Ended up being outnumbered. Oh, Chovy going in, thinking about it.
Sohan does have Dominus available. And now the Rift Herald going to be summoned. Aphelios not in close proximity. Quad very low on HP, and this is going to be no plates.
Yeah, nothing.
Not the best of summon timings here by KT. As everyone right now is just going to continue to keep waiting. Aiming going to be able to get at least one plate here. Down in bottom. And so remember, no plates actually captured in mid lane here. As Quad just marching forward on that Casio. Clearing the wave. Going to look for a reset now here. Almost 2,500 gold is the advantage for the team that should be getting ahead. But then, interestingly enough, not only do they have counter lanes that they should be winning in, they also scale better, which is a really interesting 1-2 punch.
It's almost like they drafted better. It seems to be working out for them pretty well.
I see what you're thinking.
Yeah. Okay, interesting. Trying to go for the combo here under the turret with the bullet time. It's going to force the flash, but Tushin in a lot of trouble here. Going to be burst down from range. Stepped. Does have to burn flash for that one, but will take that trade any day of the week. Now 2-0 on the Aphelios, who is feeling it.
And this is a very nice comeback game here for DragonX to get them back into the series if they can end up winning this. They're in such a commanding position right now. Here against KT.
All right, and Kuro gonna miss on that one, but he does push away both Koshik and Quad for quite a while. As KT was desperately trying to get in there and take down that turret. Oh, gonna land that one onto Bono. Poison comes in, but a perfect cocoon, but Bono not gonna be able to get away. A big follow-up from Keria, but not quite able to follow up. Was the rest of the team.
DragonX just really marching on, and this is what I was expecting to happen in game number 1, but it wasn't quite the case. But in game number 2, DragonX having a very strong resurgence. They're going to be able to raise this turret.
Ooh.
And,
Quad. Oh, boy.
Yeah, not enough.
Deft also getting Sleepy Trouble bubbled. There it is, but a cleanse is available. Now the follow-up. And the heal is not going to save your life there, buddy. And so, how about an extra kill? Kuro looking good on his mechanics on the Zoe, but at the end of the day, it felt like Leona syndrome there that we have seen many a time here in the LCK. Coming out of Tushin. And yeah, I mean, it felt like a bit of desperation from KT to try to push that bottom lane so hard and then just get caught in a really bad position. Good response from DragonX. They've won the early game, and with their comp, they should win the mid and late game. What's the verdict here?
Yeah, they've won the early game. They have a vastly superior mid game and an even grosser late game. So, it's looking pretty good.
Okay.
Here, Valdez. It would be quite impressive.
Yeah.
If they did not win this. They are light years ahead in every single department. It really does just look like we're going to a game number 3. And okay, well, this is the replay. It's a bit of a massacre, but nonetheless. I'm sorry, my voice just cracked.
Yeah. I always wondered how Papa was able to cast 6 days a week. I don't know how that's possible.
I really don't. My throat hurts a lot right now.
Yeah.
It's very. I was actually thinking I gotta go and get like lemon honey drop things.
Don't get those like sugar things. You want to drink the tea, the throat coat. Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta make sure to pick that up from the mini mart after. I'm gonna need it for the next couple of days and next week.
Yeah. Yes.
In the weekend.
We'll have to wait and see. Leona's gonna die again. As aiming. Welcome to the club. It's Fight Club, and you just got bopped in your first fight. 4-on-1, not exactly fair. Now, 5,000 gold ahead is DragonX. This one is all but over. I kind of feel bad for Kuro. Had a pretty good laning phase. And has been pretty impressive on the Zoe, but the Renekton at least wasn't able to get anything really rolling. The bottom lane ended up losing.
Yeah, and honestly, that mid fight, a bit of a, it was sort of like ants funneling in. You know, they just kept giving overkills. The Renekton teleported not to be outdone.
Yeah.
That was one of the really key turning points, but also from the get-go, double counter lanes, really good jungle matchup, and also, I mean, they voluntarily picked Renekton blind to pair it with the Elise, and they didn't do anything with it. But it's pretty hard to do because of the dynamic of the matchup, but also Quinn has the flash, has the cleanse.
Yeah, Chovy was never in any danger of dying, and Chovy probably knew that Bono was also going top just because of the way that Renekton was going so aggressively, whereas he hadn't been for the rest of the lane. Now it's really just about taking out turrets one by one, chunking them down. It's not going to be the speed run of Summoner's Rift this time around, but DragonX should slowly but surely pick this one up.
And we have a replay here on Kyria.
Yeah. Oh, he used his E and said MF no flash, MF no flash, MF no flash.
Yeah.
And
really like
they killed him.
Again, another subtle thing about these pro views is how close these pro players are keeping their mouse cursor to their champion in order to have as much possible direct control over the avatar as possible. That was a little redundant, that ending.
Yeah, how
there, but
possible?
I think Kim Possible. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, I did.
I think I just wove that in there. You know, I got the soundtrack one time.
The soundtrack
Yeah, not
of
something
Kim Possible.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Whatever, Valdez.
Yeah.
Whatever.
A sign of things to come.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Oh man, Kuro. Guys on fire today. Just kind of wish that his teammates would help him out. Carry didn't look super impressive in game number 1, but now he's really turning it on. So happy to see that coming on in. And yeah, Bono and so on are just, we'll just call Bono no, and so on can be sad one. And that's basically the duo between them. Baron being started at 20 minutes. Can KT do anything? That's a nice little bullet time that, well, I spoke very soon. They try to turn, and Sohan is going to have to flash the wall to get away. Not sure why Tucson is so close to them. As Carriot gonna pull off that ultimate a little bit late, so I'm thinking, does he go in or not? Quad is just unleashing hell now as he's flashing on in. Chovy's not even in the fight. He's killing the minions. He doesn't even care about it. He knows his teammates can win 4v5. And that they pretty much do, as KT have to run with their tail between their legs. Quad, you can see just how confident he is on the Cassiopeia, but Kuro desperately, very desperately, trying to keep this game alive.
I really wonder if this means that it could draw a ban in game number 3. Because it really... No, the Quad. Cassiopeia. Because it really did look like, remember when CV Max and Quad were talking, he was just trying to convince him, just let me just pick Cassiopeia.
Yeah.
It's fine. Doesn't matter if they counterpick it or try to. And the pick of the litter that Kuro opted with, remember, it was the Zoe. And so that might say something.
They banned Syndra Kiana.
Yeah.
After R3 pick. So.
Taking a look at the replay here. KT trying to make a stand right here. And honestly, it wasn't all that bad. Chovy posturing at the very top. And then just going to farming as he feels like his teammates had it. But then trying to chase down the Zoe. As now they're going to turn their attention towards getting vision and control over right-hand side river. It's a 6,000 gold lead with a pretty superior team composition.
Yeah. They have, well, another fight is what we have here. Keria immediately going to pop that ultimate, not going to go down. This time around, though, Tucson does have that stopwatch. Keria going to be kept alive just barely. If you're a Kuro fan, you're feeling pretty sad right now, watching him desperately try to take this one. Nice little sniperoo there from Deft. As really all the focus here is onto this second Ocean Drake. KT not going to give up just yet.
This is really scary if Kuro can actually manage to bring this back.
Caria thinking about it, but Tucson is able to spot him out there. They're going to give away that dragon, and yeah, that was a ping from the red team going to Baron. KT not going to do anything crazy like that. And again, they have some more time, but time is not really on their side. They have the center comp, as you mentioned, and that's what you get for sinning, I suppose.
That is what you get for sinning. I'm glad that you've been learning.
I've been studying. You know,
yeah.
9 hours a day.
Excellent. Excellent.
It's kind of funny how that's the exact amount of time you were streaming for.
Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, you got to do what you got to do to get out of silver, you know. No, that's my new account, guys.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
It's my new account.
You know what? Play-by-play? No, it's not bad.
You know, play-by-play is a very low standard. I'm glad to be above that low standard.
I'm actually curious what the rank is of all the casters in the world. Some of them
the thing is, though, is
are
that
actually high.
Yeah. There are a lot of people that are, you know, play-by-play and are high up there. There are a lot of analysts that are up there.
Captain Flowers, isn't he? He's Diamond.
Wouldn't surprise me.
He's a Skarner enthusiast.
Yeah.
A little bit of a Scorpion champion.
Yeah. I know Vedius is like Diamond
Vedius
2 or
is
something.
Diamond. Weird Champ is, I think he's Diamond 4, but he's a Rek'Sai one trick.
Oh, well.
Yeah. we don't talk about him.
Never mind. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people put, like, we're just saying this for curiosity's sake, but a lot of people put way too much focus on those ranks. I'm not just saying that because my second account is silver. But no, it's all good. As Tucson, you're in a bit of trouble here, buddy. Is trying desperately to get out. And now he's going in, as that's really all he could do. Nice lack of damage, as basically 0 was done by the bullet time. And yeah, I mean, that's not the first time.
If people are wondering why not talk about certain things that are happening right now, it is a 8,000 gold lead with a scaling team composition being up 2 dragons, threatening Ocean Soul in 2.5 minutes. Basically, we're just playing ping pong with waves, and even if action is happening like this right here, there's really not all that much that KT can do, and they're trying to contest vision rather than swap for blue trinkets and try to use deductive reasoning to tell when is DragonX on the Baron. One of the problems, though, is that DragonX has 2-man Baron potential, which is really scary. That becomes a lot more difficult to read. And one of the other frustrating things is that Ocean Soul does make it a little bit more awkward inside of KT's blue side jungle because there's more brushes that obscure the vision.
Yeah, with the Ocean Rift that we do have here. It does come in. This is kind of sad to watch if you are a
KT fan.
KT fan.
You know, if LCK was best of 1, okay,
KT would be the best team.
They'd be 2-0.
They'd be the best team by far. Who was it that got excited, by the way? Definitely wasn't me.
I mean, you saw me when the camera panned to me. I was trying not.
You're trying not to,
yeah.
not to fall asleep.
So that, you know, KT could put on a good showing in game number 2.
Well.
Who got excited?
It was probably Monty.
It probably was.
Yeah.
He's running new shows now in NA. He's doing that.
Yeah.
What?
That's all I had to say, yeah.
Yeah? Just yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Have you seen that emote?
Wait, which one?
Never mind.
Sorry,
I'm sorry.
I'm a bit of a Twitch
you're
boomer.
a bit of a boomer, yeah.
I'm not always up to date with the new slang that the kiddos like to use. Haha. Tucson. Okay, this time he's not going to die at least. He has half of the deaths of his entire team. He's 0 and 6. And the enemy team has 12 kills.
It's a little bit overkill right now how much time DragonX is actually needing. And this is a byproduct of the ping pong with the side lanes being overly patient, which is really surprising. And it's actually giving KT opportunities to hit more core items. And so, Quad going to be building Banshee's Veil as his third item, and it looks like he's actually just going to solo Ocean Soul. I don't think I have ever seen a Soul not get contested, by the way.
Yeah, this looks kind of awkward. It's like as if Baron could be soloed, obviously.
That was like a mating ritual.
Yeah.
The green dragon and the green snake.
That did look kind of intimate.
I don't want to know what kind of things you watch.
What?
Wait a minute.
I play a lot of Cassiopeia. I understand.
Projectile vomit. Going both ways.
Oh, no.
You probably watched The Exorcist.
Oh, yeah. Favorite movie.
Oh, no.
Big fan.
Oh, man.
Where have we gone? We've gone too far. Science has gone too far. This is what happened. What if Thomas Edison, going back to that, like he invented electricity and then what if he had known if he had just been like...
Stop.
Kids would just be on the internet talking like this. All right, Dev nearly died. As, well, Leona still has the ability to engage, but Dev will not die.
You know what I actually really would have liked to have seen in the previous series is a Ocean Soul Soraka Yumi.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
That would have been extremely fun. It is 2-12 with almost a 10,000 gold lead, by the way. So normally when gold leads like this are hit, it doesn't take this long to end the game, but DragonX are they're playing very careful. This is Captain Careful level gameplay.
He's like that, the nerdy, unfun version of Captain Flowers.
Yeah.
Captain Careful. He's
Captain Careful, yeah.
He's not very exciting when he casts games, and he doesn't play Skarner. He plays like Orianna or something.
All right. Okay, I can get
see where
behind
I'm going
this.
with this. Yeah.
I see where you're getting.
Yeah.
You're going with this. Yeah.
Very safe laner. Oh, coach. Not sure about that one. Looks like he ate a little bit too much of the shrapnel from aiming.
This
is a good game we got going on here. Some great League of Legends. I'm really enjoying myself, LS.
Let me think of some antonyms to describe the state of this game.
Okay.
Exciting.
I mean, that's
well,
probably not a word you want to use to describe this game. Chovy jumping over the wall is going to find a very sad, very, very sad Kuro. As he's really been the only one that's been doing anything in this game for the side of KT. So DragonX, you mentioned it before, it's Captain Careful over here. Takes 31 minutes to win a game when they're
10,000 gold and
ahead.
a soul up.
Yeah.
They're not even going to use Baron. You know what? They don't like it.
They're going to get the inhibitors and then they're going to back, buy items, and then go to Baron. After sweeping out all the vision, of course.
Also, there used to actually be there's an interesting thing here where DragonX could still lose the game. As weird as that sounds, because Elder is just so busted as an objective that if somehow KT can actually get a hold of it, they could still come back in the game.
True.
DragonX, they're going to take the Baron here.
Yeah. They don't end up backing first. As not as Captain Careful as I had imagined. They obviously did not have to go for that.
Let's take a look at it. As Alistar gets in there, Leona trying to lock up someone. Bono ends up going down as well shortly after Kuro. And then right here, Soan and aiming, just trying to do whatever they can, but honestly, Ocean Soul is just so strong. 30 seconds were the death timers from that replay right there. And the gold lead is almost 12K. So 12K with an Ocean Soul.
Yeah. Kind of feels like a solo queue game where your team was struggling, but they got a lead finally, and they're like, okay, let's slowly push down the bottom side. Nobody get out of position. We can do this. And then someone dies anyway. But DragonX, as pros, of course, not going to do that. They will just instead slowly push.
The other thing that isn't being talked about here that is also so bizarre as to why is DragonX so unwilling to just dive turrets. Look at the base levels across the board. 3 levels in top lane, 3 levels in jungle, 1 in mid lane. That was, I believe, 2. And when you think about that, those are base stats. Those are base armor, base HP, etc. Not just the skill points. Hold on, though. All right,
they finally found a fight here. Bullet Time does 0, and KT will do 0 as DragonX going to push in with the Baron now and not lose anybody on the fight. Good engage from Keria. Finally built up the courage to ask that girl out, and it ends up going well for him. Going to push in. DragonX will win game number 2. 20-2 is the kill score. They absolutely demolished KT. Kind of leave us wondering what happened in game number 1.
I'm a little perplexed, though, given the edges that they had, all the just everything in that game, and then how long it ended up taking for them to close. Were they just being that careful because they're nervous about their first series? I'm not really quite sure. Quad obviously doing quite a lot on that Cassiopeia, and Pioshik looking a lot more comfortable in game number 2. Chovy doing things on the Quinn. But what is the draft going to have in store? Because to have that much of an edge out of draft, to have the advantages that you did in early and mid game, and then still the game went like that, and even some of the team fights, some of the DragonX members were actually very low HP.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know who to predict for game number 3, Valdez, but I'm not getting excited.
Yeah, I don't know who got excited for game number 1, but obviously some people were feeling pretty excited about that game. And the Kuro carry, the thing is he ends up doing it again, which is a good sign. There's a chance that maybe KT, if they play to their draft style, and then Kuro is able to pop off from there. I mean, he had the most damage in the game. He is playing Zoe, but it does show that even from that far behind, is still able to do a good job on that kind of champion. As, yeah, not much else to say about that one. Pretty straightforward after the early game went so heavily in DragonX's favor that they were able to just move on and take the win.
Yeah, and again, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. Will Quad get his Cassiopeia again in game number 3? I don't think so.
No.
But also, these have been some pretty interesting bans that these teams have been utilizing.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll have to wait and see, guys. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, game number 3, the 6th game of the night. Let's see who will take it here in this best of 3.